My name is Susan Macau, and I am a co-founder and managing director of International School of Advertising, also known as ISAM. So we have been around since 2014, and the main thing that we do is that we build capacity in our marketplace, both in Kenya and in Africa, where our vision is, in the spaces of advertising and marketing. And we basically cut across various categories, from fresh graduates coming straight out of university to seasoned marketers, and also within corporates. So the creator economy is very interesting as we know it. We have a lot of talent. We have seen, even just by looking at your phone every day, you'll find some funny memes. Kenyans can be very entertaining, and it tells us that there's a lot of potent talent sitting out there. So the gap or the opportunity really is to be able to convert that in a way that it can be monetized by all these wonderfully talented people. So the creator economy right now is not optimized as far as revenue is concerned. And what we need to be able to do to reach that point is to offer a seal of quality, a verified seal of quality to those who are content creators. And what does that mean? It's basically meaning that we institutionalize training for you, so that content and that talent that you have, that you're constantly putting out there, can be connected to business, so that at the end of the day, what you're actually creating is an influence business or content creator business. Our role is really to build capacity in advertising and marketing, and it cuts across. So from an ISA perspective, it's just another opportunity, especially to support young people, to build their skills so that they are able to monetize. And all this falls within the space of marketing and advertising, because ultimately that's what that talent will be used for. So we are bringing in the institutional knowledge. We are also bringing in a lot of information in terms of what is going on in the world, so that these young people are basically skilled with the knowledge that they need to be able to monetize. So Twiva, on the other hand, has this huge repertoire of people who are already content creators, over 90,000 and growing. So they are bringing the people, and we are bringing in the skills, and together we are offering this solution. What is very important in terms of outcomes for this program is, as I said, to monetize, but the how. So it's really understanding business, understanding marketing, understanding brands, and how you can plug into that as a creator. So how do I respond to a business problem or a marketing problem, which is really presented in the form of a brief? How do I solve it? How is it that content I'm putting out there is going to result in sales, or is going to result in brand recognition, brand awareness, whatever the objective is that you set out. So at the end of it, it's to provide a structure where these young creators are able to learn, and they get the skills that they're able then to use to monetize their talent. So the trend right now is that brands are actually preferring to use creators. Okay, there's a huge shift from traditional media or paid, just normal advertising where brands talk about themselves, to getting people to talk about brands. In fact, numbers show 72% of consumers are more likely to buy a brand because somebody told them about it, as opposed to a brand talking about itself. And if I'm just to look at some numbers, for example, in Africa in 2025, about $240 million just went into monetization of content creation and paying influencers. So it's a huge market. And 50% of big brands, a lot of them have already announced that they intend to commit more than 50% of their budget towards influencer. An example is the CEO of Unilever, who recently announced this in a podcast, Mr. Fernandez, saying that they're going to move from 30% commitment to content creators to 50% commitment to content creators. They currently have 300,000 creators all over the world, and they intend to multiply that by 20 within the next few years. So if the biggest advertiser in the world is saying this, it means that that is a huge shift that is basically occurring. What this means then for the creators is that literally it's a whole ecosystem now that has been built that can now become a proper business for you. So if you've been doing it, for example, as a side hustle, this can be a proper business, mainstream business. And what this then gives you is that opportunity to develop that skill, and you are able to connect yourself to brands and become a long-term trusted brand partner. Right now, you're probably doing this mainly for fun. You're putting those memes every day here and there. You know that there's some money that I could make out of it, and you're even making a little bit of money here and there. But do you want to do it at that level, or do you want to professionalize it so that then you can build it? You build your personal brand that then can build other brands. Build that talent that you also have to build other brands, so that at the end of the day, what you're doing is creating a business. If your intention is to create a business, a long-term sustainable business, which the world, and that is where the world is going, this is where you need to be.